Good evening, Spiritual Collective. Let's get started here. Whoa. Okay. Is it going to be one of those chaotic readings? We shall see. Make sure I don't have this deck all jacked up here. Okay. Okay. Now I got all the cards. Sorry. Okay. Universe, Spirit, Guides, Guardians, Angels, Demons, Spirits of above, below, and in between. What messages do you have for us on this night? For our highest soul's evolution in the coming days. So to be. Amen. Whoa, jeez. Whoa. Got a little, like a little dump of a whole bunch of cards at the very end there. Right at the end. Okay. There's a lot here. Oh my god. This is too much. This is too much. Okay. I got a stack here. This is going to be a lot. Okay. I got the Three of Swords upright in my lap and a whole stack underneath it. So I'm going to read this as the stack that's underneath it. Totally. It landed as that big plop at the end probably. As what's under here. Okay. All right, so we have the Lovers in reverse on after. These are in succession after this in a stack, after the Three of Swords. So this heartache, this pain, this sadness that you had, it was a result of the Lovers in reverse. Okay, makes sense. So definitely... Hold on, I want to put that back where it was so I don't confuse the reading. 1 second. Okay. All right, stay. Anyways, so had to do with lovers. Had to do with a lover. Had to do with something that, yeah, we'll get more into that. But definitely a love situation, a partnership, okay? Or something that you were really drawn to. Okay, we have another reverse, the Four of Swords. You were unable to rest your mind on that. You were unable to lay it down. You were in your head about it. I'm also seeing for some people there's a death here. Laying something to rest, unable to lay something to rest, or the death of a relationship, but not in the death transformative way. This was racking your mind. Okay, the Four of Cups. Yeah, we have a squid and we have its tentacles around her head space. Again, above her head, you're unable to let it to rest. The Four of Cups. You had a bout of depression, of sadness, of unease. This was a time of a lot of like emotional turmoil, making sense. It's the Three of Swords, the Two of Pentacles. You also may have had to juggle some things in the material world. You had to take on more than you could with the ending of this relationship, or even like for some I see a death here, and I don't want to get too much into that because it's not for everybody. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles. and then a promise. Yeah, the Two of Pentacles, you were juggling, and then you were keeping things going. You were keeping things moving, things stable for you, even though I had to juggle a lot. And then the universe gave you something in the material realm. It's like a gift, like from the universe, or an opportunity here that was given to you because of this. After this period of juggling, of trying to keep things afloat, of trying to keep things balanced, trying to keep things, a lot of things working together, okay? The Seven of Swords. Interesting. Yeah, like there was some trickery. Maybe someone was trying to steal your prosperity here with this fox stealing the eggs of the hens here. But there was a lot of sneakery here. A lot of deception. It's trying to being cloaked too, being shielded, to go unnoticed, at least trying to go unnoticed, trying to take your prosperity. Or maybe this is someone who took your prosperity and was taking your put you in a situation, this lover, this partner, because of some kind of deceit and trickery around stealing prosperity. So there's that there. Okay. The Eight of Swords. And you really were in a spot of kind of like a prison of your own mind. But let me see, this is an interesting image. This is a rather new deck. Okay. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's almost as if you're in a tower all your own. But it's also like the bed, right? It's like you were definitely in your head a lot. You were unable to let this go. Ooh, wow. That's really pretty. I like the image is nice. The Nine of Swords. Yeah, a lot of thoughts, a lot of there's a lot of confusion too. Confusion and deception, deceptive thoughts. Maybe someone playing your thoughts against you. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so that's the heartache that you have overcome. You could actually even be currently overcoming it, but I feel like it was all in the past that led to, because it was in a stack, bottom faces down under the Three of Swords. So, I mean, it can also be taken that this Three of Swords is yours, that you have, and this is what was behind it. And it could play out either way, really. Okay, let's take direct energy. This Seven of Cups, this is separate from what's going on here. It could be related. This Seven of Cups, now you have a lot of options. You have a lot of things that you're focused on. A lot of things that bring you joy in some way. It can be hard sometimes to choose. You have a lot. Okay. Ha! Another cat. Okay. And Two of Wands. And you're stable. You're stable in this wand energy. And you're planning on, okay, yeah, you really are, like, you're looking out at this tree with the cats, the possibilities, and then you have the black, but you have the world here. You're looking out into the world. You're making goals. You're setting goals. You might have a lot of goals or a lot of ideas that you're thinking about. That you definitely have a lot of options of things you can do, and a lot of there needs to be there's a focus here. It might be hard to focus, but you will find your focus. I would say focus on one goal at a time, or goals that relate to each other, and tackle those. But again, you have been juggling, all right? Indirect, again, in my lab, an upside down King of Swords. Okay, 1 second. So this in the background here. A little hiccupy here. Okay, the boat's a factory. Again with the mind. This was upside down. Again with the sword and the hat. There's something about definitely having a lot on your mind. Definitely focusing maybe on the more challenging thoughts. There could also be someone who is bringing in this into your life. Not the best character. And we'll see more about that. Okay. Indirect. The Eight of Wands here. We have movement, we have flying, we have a flying monkey here. Maybe you've had some flying monkeys in your life. I'm sure you have. Looking at these readings that we've had. But anyways, regardless of that, there's a lot of energy coming, and a lot of and the cat next to it. The card next to it is the Ten of Cups, and this is a very happy card for the cats. I mean, there's mice. There's a little rainbow of mice up, a little row of mice above them, and they are content and happy in partnership. So you went through this time of turmoil about over this partnership, over this relationship, but you have found a relationship, and even if it's not a person that's affected you or that you're currently, there is a feeling of happiness and contentment within yourself, or with something that you really enjoy. There's a lot of contentment here, and a lot of moving forward. There's also lighting the way here. I get that kind of light because these cards are together. Lighting the way for this. The Eight of Wands, this movement, this action is bringing in and lighting the way for this Ten of Cups. So taking action on those goals and those things that you're looking towards is very important. It's important not to get in your head space a lot, not to dwell on the negative thoughts, the things that occur in your head, because you've been in this past where there was a lot of that, a lot of depression, a lot of being in your head, a lot of worrying, and there was deception. And you also are very cautious about people coming after your wealth because of this. And then the last card, like probably the farthest away, is the Four of Pentacles. But you're sitting on wealth. I know those are skulls, but you're also like sitting on like the things that have passed, the things that are no longer, the things that have been transformed, but also the things that were stable, the things that were left behind. I'm also seeing maybe a connection with ancestors, spirit work here, possibly mediumship, necromancy, but mostly this is about wealth and building wealth and resting upon the things that you've already transformed, the things that you've been through, but have stabilized you. It feels stable. Again, you've come through a lot. This was a lot of cards, so yeah. The thing is, really protect what's yours. Recognize what you have. Recognize what you've built from. And move forward. You're asked to move forward. This will bring you much happiness. Don't get caught up in thinking about the past. The past is in the past. This is yours, but it's not yours now. It's been a part of you. Notice how the heart has been mended, though. So it's been stitched together. So think about that. Think about that healing, that three of swords and that three of the swords in the heart. But it's been healed. It's been stitched together. You've been stitched together. You know, you've healed. You've fixed yourself, and you're currently fixing yourself, right? And it's this piecing yourself back together again that allowed this opportunity to come in for you in the past. And, you know, it allowed you to amass a decent enough wealth in that you're able to be comfortable in your stability. Okay? And just be cautious of anyone trying to come in and take that. You know, people trying to do the most sometimes. Just watch out for that. Okay? Yeah. I'll get more clarity. Done a lot of healing. Oh, I grabbed the dark mirror. That wasn't the one I was going for, but it makes sense. It makes sense that I would grab it. This healing, this heartache, things you have overcome, the things that you're going through. Parasite. Okay. Yeah, something's been parasitic for you, towards you. Getting that with this mind and these tentacles and the snakes. Not to say the snakes are bad, but I'm just saying, like, these thoughts, right? There's something about something attached to you, and it's trying to take from you, or it tried to take from you. You're healing this. You're still healing this. You're still working through this. You're a lot better now. You are a lot better now. And there was a lot that was done. You know, there was a lot. Again, it was complicated. You know, you may have trusted this person, this partner, whatever, and, you know, there was betrayal and heartache there. But yeah, this parasite, I'm getting work with wormwood. Wormwood's good for parasites, right? There's other protective herbs, but I just got that. Do some cleansing. Right, cleansing is important for you. Alone in the world. I said cleansing, and it kind of looks like she's undressing to go into a bath or something. Something of that nature, like a bathhouse or something. And you just... alone in the world. Yeah, you feel like sometimes that... Here we go. You may feel like you're alone, or you're cut off from the world, or you're cut off from others that truly see you. You may feel like you've been taken advantage of. There is something about, like, a bed too. Oh, great. You're sleeping. Maybe you're not sleeping as well, but you need to take measures to sleep better. Maybe some sleeping herbs, some medication, something, or things to relax you, to get you to go to bed better, easier, calming, calm your mind before maybe your mind is too active. This could be something you're still working through. You definitely, it was bad at one point. Maybe it's getting better, you know, but maybe you still need some help with this. Fated to suffer, okay. Getting like you, okay. Yeah, this kind of martyr, kind of like suffering is my life, and this just my lot in life. Oh, there'll never be anything for me because I'm alone. And that's what this parasite is doing. It's kind of like in your head, and it's really feeding into like these negative thoughts of being alone. And because remember, it was a partnership. Or maybe something that you held dearly that was like, that kind of took the role of a lover, like something that you were really attached to. I'm getting a person though, for the most part. Or a partner, you know, a person. I won't cry for you. Fated to suffer, and I won't cry for you. Sometimes this feels like self-pity. Again, feeling alone, like no one sees you, no one understands your feelings, right? But also, too, that you could be over-experiencing, like, not saying over-emotional, but you keep replaying this, and you keep replaying bad. It's bad, right? This is the shadow work you need to do. I'm not saying you're always in this, but there is a tendency to kind of, like, focus on the negative and the bad things that have happened, and that you need to like step away from doing that and really focus on what you have and what you've built up for yourself, because this is coming in. Remember, those cards were for the shadow work, because you do have happiness coming in. You have, again, you have like this beautiful, you have options. You're looking out at your options, and you're definitely like planning. You have goals, you have vision. So move towards that and stop and really just take a look at this parasitical thinking. Right? Do some cleansing. That's important. Definitely important to do some cleansing and clearing and just work on getting rid of this spiritual parasite that's really having an effect on you in your mental space. Releasing allegiances. Yeah, there's things you need to release. There may be people you need to release. There's definitely maybe some kind of like thing you bought into that you need to release, like like just a way of thinking, a way of moving, like a way of engaging the world, right? A way of moving in the world. It's ingrained. Again, she has these flies for bees, these flies. I think those are bees. But anyway, there's something clinging to you that you need to let go of, that you need to get out of your life, or your energy field and your life. Receiving, being open to receive. I'm also getting cleansing, like a herbal detox of cleansing, receiving insight, receiving healing. There's something healing in this drink. Again, when I mentioned some herbal remedies, look into that. Also with the sleeping, drink things that will help you sleep herbally. You know, there's a lot of herbs that will help you go to sleep. Going beyond normal. Yeah, and your goals are very, you have very vivid goals. You have beautiful ideas. You're very creative in the way that you think, and the way you think is really expansive, cyclical, outgoing. You know, you have a lot to say. You, your vision is very active. Your mind's eye is very active. You understand symbolism very well. Definitely someone who'd be good with creative arts. I'm pretty sure you do engage in some type of creative art here. Wow. And again with the buttons. And I'm being drawn to like sewing and stitches and healing. Something about your crafts and arts are very healing and will help you heal through creativity. Inspiration. Yeah, inspiration. Following going beyond normal. Yeah, you're definitely inspired. You're inspiring, and you take inspiration and you create with it. You have so many ideas and so many ways that you create. And getting very busy. You are very busy, but you need to get, instead of like really wallowing, not saying that you wallow, but instead of like getting too stuck in this like negative pattern of like, oh, nobody understands me, nobody cares about me, people will just use me and throw me away, how could people do this, they don't like me. Instead of getting in these negative thoughts, you need to get active with your inspiration that's moving you forward. But you can turn your experience and alchemize it and turn it into creativity. Let that inspire your creativity. And it doesn't have to be something that's like exactly like inspired by like the depression. It can be. It can be something that's inspired from like the dark things you went through. But it can also just be that energy that pushes you forward, okay, of overcoming that. Be very helpful for you. Collaborative dreaming. Okay, so okay, we know that there are times when you feel alone. However, there are people out there that you can be able, that you be willing to work with, that you can work with. You need to be cautious, especially after the deception and the possible thievery or whatever it was that you went through. Yes, you need to be cautious and you need to take your time, but it's not like you're alone. And you're definitely not alone when it comes to spirit and spirit guides. They're there for you. And also getting that in time when you heal, like your sleeping will become better if you're having trouble sleeping because of what you've been through. It will get better once you like really start. I'm not saying that you haven't started. You're definitely someone who's focused on healing, but there's still remnants of that, like that betrayal and that heartache that are latched on you in some way, in your thoughts, in your mind, that come out. It's very mental. Okay? It's very in the headspace and in your emotions, right? But you're very wealthy. I feel like prosperity is attracted to you. Diving for light, yeah, going deep within and finding that light. Going meditation, dream work. Again, after collaborative dreaming, you may be tapping into the collective consciousness or just tapping into spirit guides, ancestral connections, or just other people. There might even be some form of telepathy going on here or some psychic connection with others. But going deep within is only going to help you move forward and move into your wider calling, okay? Very important. healing is very cyclical. It isn't a one and done thing. It takes a while to heal from things. You still have, like, you can heal and still need to do more healing. Like, there's still remnants of something that's there from what you experienced. Like, definitely that's what's coming through. It's still there. Like, it's telling you, like, it landed in your lap. So that's saying that it's still a part of you. It's still pretty prominent. Like, it's something that you have. It can be an asset. At least the surviving and healing of the Three of Swords, of the broken heart that was healed. But you're still going to have a lot of things attached to that you need to work through, okay? But you're doing it. You're working on it. Ooh, the rainbow dragon. Working with your chakras or energy centers. You can work with different types of, there's not just one system of chakras. Like, there's a lot of, like, traditions. And it's just a way of mapping your energy, okay? There's, like, it's just a way of controlling your energy, of mapping it out to better understand and to better connect and visualize with that energy so you can work with it better. Again, many traditions, like different number of chakras, different locations, and there may be even a lot more, and it's basically just your energy body. So work with your energy body. That's very important. Also work with color. Also getting that your future is very bright. It is very colorful. And something also about the sun that's very healing. Get some sunlight. Work with color. Maybe some light healing, some color healing. And color lights, like lights of color, or like those little that's like those little light toys that you plug in, and that like something that you might have at like an event or like a dance party or something, and it like has different designs and it's different colors and it moves. I'm getting also that. So maybe there's something there with meditating on color and movement and light, colorful light. Different colored lights. Again, because of this rainbow, this compassion, having compassion for yourself. Also really a strong healing here. Kind of Kuan Yin vibes here, meditation, right? This feels really good. This feels really blissful. Once you really tap into yourself. Energy body again. With these halos. All right? Very important. Energy. Getting it moving. Energy centers. Pulsating, like moving your energy, just trying to, and if you're new to like working with energy or your chakras, take it slow, take it easy, get some pointers, and don't like, I feel like a lot of people who like start with this stuff and they get disappointed or annoyed because they don't right off the bat 100% feel it. Like it might take a while, depending, right? You definitely do need to get in a state you need to relax, okay? You're not going to be able to sit down after a busy day in 1 second, like, oh, I'm going to tap into my chakras, okay? Okay, ease into it, all right? We have unconditional love. The universe has unconditional love for you in the way that you're a part of the universe and it's a part of you. I know when we start talking about like love, and then we can point out to a lot of things that aren't loving in the universe. I'm just talking about this connection, in this like eternal connection, right, of energy. I'm getting past, okay, yes, this is mother and child, so maybe, that is a part of your mother, and you have a child, definitely that could play into it. But I'm getting more of like, this is symbolic for like your connection, eternal connection with your soul, in the essence of the universe, right? And that connected feeling. And that's the kind of unconditional love we're talking about with compassion here, right? We're not talking about here the material. We're talking about something greater and transcending, okay? So what the word we use is love. You can feel it in your heart chakra, but it's more than that. It's different, but it's more. And there, don't have a lot of words for it. But I do know, I just want to say, like, because I know a lot of people have been through a lot of stuff. So saying, oh, that the universe is super loving, sometimes that's hard. Okay. So we're looking at it at this different lens, okay? As in energy, as in connection, as in transcending like all forms and just being in energetic bliss, okay? Rest. And that's there just as a reminder with compassion. And also be unconditional love for yourself as well. And compassion. Okay, so we got rest. You need some rest. Take a vacation. Go to the beach if you can. Like, look at that. Dolphins. That's such a stunning day. But anyways. There's something about really connecting with nature. Connecting with the world around you and looking at the sky. There's something about the sky here. And the colors. Again, with the colors. The colors of the sky. The different colors of light. The way light shows itself in different colors. And again, cleansing water could be healing for you. But definitely you need to rest. You need to rest, meditate. We say this all the time because you need to do it. We all need to do it. You may be just too busy and wrapped up in those thoughts that get you upset and negative spiraling. And doubt, self-doubt. I feel like self-doubt is one of these things that you've been battling as well when I look at this stack here. Okay, you have a lot of creativity. You have a lot of potential. You do have a lot of goals, and sometimes it can be hard to really decide how you want to move forward. But you do need to move forward with the easiest one. Or just pick one and move forward and then tackle the next one. But you have to get moving. You have to get moving forward. You have to lay what's been done to rest. You do this through working through your shadow, letting things go, analyzing your thoughts, very important to keep yourself from getting in this negative headspace. Yeah. And really tap into your energy, because I feel like energy work, when you really get into it, when you really start to actually feel your energy, will really help you. And it's interesting, if you ever feel your energy, like you're ever in the moment and just be present, just with how you feel and the way you vibrate, and compare it to how you used to feel before. Like, you've grown so much, okay? You have a lot to work with, that you've done, that you have accomplished, that you can bring into the world. A really beautiful vision. You're really connected. Just get moving. Move forward. And forgive yourself for whatever it is that you may be holding on to, whether it's blaming yourself for letting things happen to you. That's a thought there. Oh, I let this happen. How could I let this happen? Don't let that drag you down. You're moving forward. You're flying forward. You're moving on. You're moving on, and you got the light. You're lighting the way. Okay, for yourself and for others. I feel you can be very inspirational for others. But it's time to get moving and get going on that. And to really appreciate all that you've been through, because it's made you who you are today.